Well, I met Vince in 1972 at the New Orleans National Convention. And that was, of course, a couple of years after our strike. And so his name was familiar, but I hadn't had an opportunity to meet him. But he was there. He was the president of Branch 36. And he began then what ended up being about 3 or 4 times that he ran for president before he was successfully elected. But I met him there and we struck up a little friendship, and it was just casual. And he ran for president in 1974 in Washington and in 1976 in Houston, and then he was successful in 1978 in Chicago. And ironically, that was the same year that I was elected. And so he came in and installed me, and he did my first installation. And by the way, I was honored to have been the installing officer for his last term in office in 1998, I'm sorry. So in 1981, I came on the executive board as a trustee. And so I worked with him from 1981 until 1998 on the executive board. That gave me an opportunity to see him act and interact in all aspects of this labor union. I saw him come from a good president to a great dynamic president. He could handle a convention. He was a master at it. He stood there, and we all joked about he'd get at the convention and he'd stay on that podium and he wouldn't leave until the convention was adjourned. But I can remember on the convention floor when different items would come up, and he knew his membership, and by being on the being a trustee and handling the different constitutional amendments, and something would be up, and he'd say to me, he said, "Now you see the guy at microphone number 1, he's gonna make the motion, and then the guy over there at microphone number 8, he's gonna second it." And I mean, he just knew his people, you know, and he was on top of everything, and I really give him credit for that. He ran a sharp convention, and same way with negotiations. Management came to us many times with some things that when I look back at it now, it was almost funny. And the way he did it, you know, they had a little dog and pony show one time that they wanted to deal with, and he let them go through with it, and he told them, say, "Okay, that's nice." He said, "But you can push that to the side." I said, "We're here to negotiate. I'm not interested in your props." And I mean, he was just good. He was good. And he ran his executive council meetings pretty much the same way, and we'd be sitting there itching, trying to go to the bathroom, and then he's in his glory. So we just have to tell him, "Look, it's time to take a break now," you know. But he was sharp. He had a good sense of humor. He was very talkative, very personable, and yet he knew every aspect of this NALC. I wonder, what would this NALC be without Vince Sombrotto at the head? But there's always someone to step up to the plate, and so I think we're blessed now in the national president that we have in Fred Rolando. And there will always be someone to step up to the plate, but certainly in my time and as an officer of Branch 11 and as a national officer, Vincent Raymond Sombrotto was my guy.